It's a full time to be you. So then don't take other people's jobs. I'm saying this because today I had some heavy conversation with a friend. When we tend, me and her, we were talking that we tend most of the times when life hits us hard to forget that we are humans and to forget how important we are in our lives and the people around us. And sometimes we also forget that it's more important to focus on our own job in this world and to be us and focus on us and taking care of us than just taking everybody else's jobs and taking everybody else's lives on our shoulders. And then it becomes heavy. So we're having that discussion. I start thinking of this idea. Most of the times when hardship is happening, when blocks in your life, when life is keeping you throw some curveballs, we tend to try to escape from it and not stay with it to learn from it. And as I was talking with her, I realized that it's something I used to do as well. And sometimes I still, catch myself, but at least I catch myself now, is that when life hits hard, I tend to try to find the escape of it because I don't want to deal with it. But when we stay with it, that's when the gold is. That's when the light is going to shine through that darkness, is going to bring you up from that better, even more skilled, even more strong. But we're so scared to stay in it, to stay with those emotions. I remember moments when I was like screaming, yelling, being pissed with life and pissed with myself, and like I don't want to feel this way. And I was refusing my emotions, and guess what happened? My emotions just flood me even stronger, even bigger, like they were on steroids or something. And then I realized that sitting with it, and as I was having this discussion with her, I realized like this question that keep coming to me: why we running away from the adversity? Why we running away from the harsh things in our life? Why we running away from us and from what we feel, how we experience, what we experience in that moment? Why we running from it? Because it's like, like when something stick with you, you're running, trying to get away from it, but actually the things run with you, and it's like, get away, but it's still touching you, it's still on you. That's how I feel like we do in our life. Why we running away from us? Because the gold is in us. The wisdom is in ourselves. And yes, emotion can be overwhelming. And emotion can be like, excruciating pain, suffering, and you name it. But the secret is that when you sit with it, when you ask yourself questions, things just pop out. Ideas, revelations, reflections that just come up. Another discussion I had with my two partners, Michelle and Lorna, they were like talking about the idea that, the salmon, like at this time of the year, the salmon here in Canada, the salmon is like literally fighting against the stream to push through, to swim up the stream because he has a purpose. But that fish never wanders. That fish never complains about the adversity of the rocks and the water pulling him backwards. He just goes. He keeps going. He knows his way. He knows that it is in nature to keep going up the stream so he can lay the eggs and then die, because that's what his purpose, that's what his nature is. It made me think of like, that's how we are as we humans. We feel like all our life we are in, especially in the adult life, not that much in the child, but in the adult life, we feel like we're upstream. We're upstream and we're fighting. But how about we're not fighting anymore? And when you don't fight, even it feels hard, but it feels natural, it feels normal. Because adversity, because hard emotions, because pain, not suffering, pain, they all are natural to us as humans. Because the biggest job we have in our lives is to be a human, to recognize that we are humans, that we are a spiritual being in this vehicle of meat soup called body, that we fighting and we're going up the stream to this timeline and space-time of called life. How about not fighting it? How about embracing it? Even with the harsh times, even with the struggles. Because what I have realized in 40 years of life, I can tell you one thing for sure. The biggest times and the biggest moments and the greatest lesson I have learned were through adversity. Because it's not through it, it's you grow it through it. You don't go through life just because you go through life. You grow through life. You don't go through life, you grow through life. And just a little shift of mindset and understanding how I can change my way of seeing life and see that going up the stream is actually beneficial, natural to me as a human. It brings a peace. It brings a calmness into I can tackle things differently. And then I can suffer less. And I can enjoy, if I can call it, enjoy the pain. Because I know it's part of life. And that's a game changer. And I hope this helps you. That wherever you find yourself in your life, through going up the stream of your life through adversities, to remind yourself, take a moment and stop. Like the fish sometimes sit and stop into a pool of water to take a breath, to reflect, and then propel himself to the next level. The same like you. Take a moment, breathe, stop, reflect over your own growth, and then go back to doing who you are, a human, into this life called experientially through the life, to the growth of the life. Thank you so much for watching.